Welcome to our channel. Have you ever wondered why some guys seem to effortlessly grab her attention while others are left in the background? The truth is, it's not about looks or luck. It's about mastering the flirting tactics that drive women wild. These aren't just your average pickup lines, but strategies that tap into what makes her truly interested. And today I'm going to break it all down for you. Remember what Will Rogers once said: you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and that first impression begins with the way you flirt. The key is knowing how to create a sense of mystery, intrigue, and fun without even trying too hard. With the right moves, you'll leave her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. So if you're ready to take your game to the next level, stay tuned. I'm about to reveal the ultimate flirting tactics women can't resist. Trust me, these methods will change the way you approach every conversation. From now on, number 1, encourage her to laugh. Number 1, encourage her to laugh at every situation, Mark Twain, the famous humorist, once said, "Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand. Humor isn't just about making her smile, it's about breaking barriers in a way far more effective than compliments ever could. It disarms her, showing confidence, wit, and a sense of control. In social settings, all qualities women find deeply attractive. When it comes to attraction, making her laugh wins you half the battle. Playful, teasing builds attraction. Early on, it's about gently pushing her away, showing you're not entirely convinced by her. Charm's all done with a light touch. But here's the key: it's never about putting her down or being negative. It's more like playfully pulling her leg, or think of it as a gentle tug on her hair. Women love this because it shows confidence and creates a unique chemistry that most men can't replicate too. Take a moment to reflect when you talk to a woman. Don't just rely on the same old compliments. Most guys get nervous and bombard her with predictable compliments like "you're so beautiful" or "your smile is stunning." She's heard it all before. Women aren't just looking for a guy who tells them they're pretty. They're searching for someone who makes them feel something. This approach subtly communicates that your standards are higher and you're clever enough to keep her on her toes. You're not instantly sold on her. She has to do more than just look good to earn your approval, and this is what makes it a winning strategy. Imagine this, you say with a grin. You know, you and I probably wouldn't work out. You're not rejecting her. You're playfully creating a dynamic. This kind of light-hearted push back makes you stand out and levels the playing field. It's no longer one person chasing the other, but rather two people enjoying the dance together. You're confidently engaging in playful banter. While most guys tiptoe around their words, you're creating an atmosphere of light flirtation without trying too hard. And here's the critical part: you're signaling that you're confident enough to engage with her without putting her on a pedestal. You are showing her that you see her as an equal, not someone to be idolized. But there's a fine line. Don't overdo it too much. Teasing can send the wrong message and become more annoying than charming. If you push it too far, she might think you don't care, and that's not the goal. When you balance attraction and playful teasing, you become the guy she remembers, and here's why it works. Playful teasing creates tension, a good kind of tension. It's that subtle push and pull. You draw her in with your interest, but you push her away just enough to keep her guessing. Now she's thinking, wait, does he like me or is he just messing around? That's what draws her in. She wants to figure you out. And the more she thinks about you, the more invested she becomes. And here's what most men often overlook: the thing that can make her laugh even when she's feeling down is someone she trusts deeply. Why? Because it shows emotional intelligence and resilience, qualities that make a man stand out when faced with challenges. Women feel safe with someone they can trust, especially in moments of vulnerability. So embrace humor and connection and watch how it transforms your interactions. Number 2, reflection of the body is still attractive. The body is still attractive, mirroring what a fascinating, almost magical way to connect with others. Imagine this: you're talking to someone, and without even realizing, you're both leaning in, your body language in sync, like a delicate dance. That's the power of mirroring. It's about more than just copying someone's movements. It's about creating an invisible bond. When done subtly, it can be one of the most powerful tools in your social toolkit. Picture yourself in a conversation, someone leans in, and you find yourself doing the same, suddenly there's a magnetic pull, an energy exchange that brings you closer. Isn't that incredible? Oprah Winfrey once said, if you want to connect, lean in. And she's right, leaning in not only shows engagement, but it also sparks that subconscious connection we all crave, and it doesn't stop there. Try a slight tilt of the head while maintaining eye contact. It's such a small action, but it speaks volumes. It says, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm genuinely interested. The beauty of this gesture lies in its simplicity, yet it can have such a profound effect on how connected someone feels to you. Just be careful glancing around or looking over. Someone's head sends the opposite message, suggesting disinterest. Scientists have studied this phenomenon with participants in slow motion videos. They discovered a micro synchronization of small movements, subtle gestures, so delicate they're almost invisible to the naked eye. These movements include quick nods, slight tension in the fingers stretched, lips or twitches of the body beautifully synchronized between two close friends. This is why we can't consciously see the mirroring, but our brains still recognize it and interpret it as closeness. It's as if our brains are saying, this person gets me, and honestly, isn't that what we're all looking for? So why not give it a shot? Next time you're in a conversation, try mirroring subtly. Of course, lean in when they lean in, nod when they nod, and tilt your head just a little to show you're engaged. The beauty of this technique is in its subtlety. It's not about copying, but reflecting in a way that feels natural. You'll be amazed at how it transforms your interactions. Number 3, reverse. The rules playfully. 3, reverse. The rules playfully. Imagine you're chatting with a woman who's intrigued by your presence. There's a little mystery, a spark of tension, but here's what truly pulls her in. Women love a challenge, not the kind that makes her uncomfortable or defensive, but a playful, engaging challenge that keeps her guessing and intrigued. It's about creating a dynamic where she's subtly pursuing you and you're keeping her on her toes in a fun, flirty way. Women deep down are drawn to men who keep them alert. Think about this for a second. Are you the guy who just goes along with everything? Or are you the guy who adds a little spice, a little playful resistance that makes her want more of your attention? Here's a perfect example of how to do it. When you're flirting, you could say something cheeky like, my mum warned me about girls like you, ones who totally take advantage of me. What you're doing here is flipping the script. You're insinuating that she's trying to win you over, and you're framing the interaction in a way where she feels like she's the one chasing. This playful reversal of roles taps into her competitive nature and keeps the vibe light and flirtatious. Here's the trick: keep it fun and never too serious. It's all about timing. If she's talking passionately about something, say her love for painting or baking, don't just agree with everything she says. Instead, say something like, you're going to have. To prove that I'm not sure I believe you, show me what you've got. You're inviting her to impress you, creating a playful back and forth that she enjoys because it's both stimulating and flirtatious. But timing is key. You can't just drop these playful lines in the middle of a serious conversation. If things are too tense or formal, it'll feel off, maybe even awkward. Instead, ensure the mood is light. The two of you are already sharing a laugh, and she understands that you don't take everything too seriously. Once she knows you're just having fun, this approach works wonders because it makes her feel like she has to earn your attention, not the other way around. Think of it like this chemistry is born out of a mix of tension and relaxation. You don't want her to know exactly where things are heading. When you say, I bet I could make a better cake than you during a conversation about baking, you're planting the idea that you're her equal, and now she has to show you up. This subtle competitive energy makes her more invested in the interaction. She's going to want to keep proving herself to you because you've challenged her in a way that's engaging, not condescending. Dr. Helen Pfizer, and an anthropologist known for her studies on love and relationships, has discussed the role of playful competition in romantic attraction. According to her, this kind of flirty banter triggers dopamine, a chemical in the brain associated with pleasure and anticipation. It's why playful teasing works so well in creating attraction. It's the emotional roller coaster of highs and lows that keeps things interesting. The key here is balance. You're not trying to outdo her or make her feel lesser. You're showing her that you're confident enough to poke fun at yourself and her, all while keeping the mood light and fun. It's a back and forth dance that builds tension and attraction. Levy. Nang her thinking about you long after the conversation, ends keeping things playful, flirty, and not too heavy, ensures that both of you enjoy the moment, and she's left one more. So what will you say next time the conversation flows into something she's passionate about? Will you take it at face value, or will you throw in that playful challenge to keep her guessing, keep her interested? How will you balance the tension of fun to create that irresistible chemistry? Number four, let your eyes flirt, your eyes flirt. Have you ever really thought about how much power lies in a single glance? It's wild to think that just locking eyes with someone for a brief moment can send such a strong message, but it's true. Eye contact is your secret weapon, and once you master it, you'll be amazed at how quickly it builds a connection. Women are incredibly perceptive, more than most people realize. Before you even say a word, we already know if you're interested. How you ask, the eyes don't lie, they reveal so much, whether you're confident, nervous, genuinely curious, or just throwing your hat in the ring. But here's the trick. It's not just about looking, it's about controlled eye contact. You want to hold her gaze long, enough to show you're interested but not, so long that it makes things weird or uncomfortable. Imagine this. You're in a grocery store and across the aisle. You catch your eye, you hold the gaze for a few beats, anchor it with a friendly smile, then calmly look away. That simple act says so much. It's like you're sending out this subtle yet powerful message: I see you. And I'm intrigued. What makes this so fascinating meeting is how it sparks curiosity. As humans, we're naturally drawn to things that aren't immediately clear or available to us. That brief moment of eye contact, then looking away, creates a little bit of mystery. It's like opening a door just enough for her to wonder what's on the other side, and women in particular are wired to be attracted to a challenge. We don't want everything handed to us. We want something to be curious about, something that keeps us guessing. Using eye contact in this way strikes the perfect balance. You're confident, but you're not overbearing. You're interested, but you're not desperate, and that is so compelling. It sets you apart from the guys who are either too shy to make a move or those who come way too strong. The real magic happens when you break the eye contact at just the right moment. Suddenly she's left wondering, wait, why did he look away? Was he interested or not? That little mystery. It pulls her in, makes her curious. And now she's thinking about you. It's not just a theory either. Behavioral psychology backs this up. Research shows that eye contact can actually activate the brain's reward system, increasing feelings of attraction and interest. Dr. Albert Murray. Ian even pointed out that 93% of communication is nonverbal. That means your eyes are doing so much talking before you ever open your mouth. And that's the beauty of it. Controlled eye contact gives you the ability to create tension, intrigue, and connection, all without uttering a single word. Stay calm, stay composed, and let the eyes do the work. Women pick up on these subtle signals more than you think. It's not just about making her see you, it's about making her feel something, making her curious, making her wonder. That's where the real magic lies. Keep it up throughout the interaction. Flirting is like a dance. You take a step, she takes a step, the eye contact pulls her in, but it's the timing and rhythm that make her want to lean in closer. It's about knowing when to look, when to smile, and when to leave. Just enough mystery hanging in the air. As the great Will Rogers once said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and boy is he right. Mastering the art of eye contact gives you the edge to make that first impression unforgettable. You don't need words to captivate someone. Sometimes all it takes is a glance, a pause, and a little bit of history to spark something electric. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of a single look? It might just be the most underrated skill you'll ever master. Number 5, ultimate weapon. Push-pull is a classic strategy, and it works by playing with the balance of showing interest and then pulling back. It's like a dance, where you step forward, then back, then forward again, but all in a playful way. Push is when you act disinterested, pushing her away emotionally, while pull is when you show interest again, pulling her closer. The idea is to keep women guessing about your feelings, things which makes it exciting. Let's break it down with examples. I don't know what to do. You're a danger to my sanity. You're making me so confused I have to keep my distance. Or I'll like you again the way you smile. You know you're making things difficult. For me, right, okay, I'll have to stay away from you for a bit. You're too attractive. You're like magic when I get close to you. I can't control myself. Stop it. You're so charming. I'm trying not to like you. I don't know what to do with you. Half of me wants to leave, the other half wants to stay forever. Seriously, you're so cute. I can't stand it anymore. These lines can be used either in person or through text, and they're easy to execute with a bit of practice. You can get quite skilled at this. It's all about observing something positive or negative in the interaction and then doing the opposite. Try it with friends or colleagues. First practice makes perfect, and it makes conversations way more fun. Ultimate weapon. Now here's the kicker. There's a hidden art to push-pull that most people overlook. The emotional roller coaster. It sounds wild, but sometimes making a girl feel intense, emotions, even sadness, as long as it's playful and respectful, can heighten her feelings for you. The science behind this: when someone experiences a mix of emotions like excitement, frustration, or joy, it triggers a release of dopamine in the brain. This is the same chemical we experience on thrilling rides or during emotional highs and lows. Women in particular often respond to this unpredictability because it keeps things exciting. If you can master to this emotional push-pull where you playfully bring her emotions up and down, it creates an emotional connection that's hard to ignore. For example, imagine she feels your emotional interest is at a 6 out of 10, but you make her cry in a playful way. You then reconcile and build back that emotional connection, and suddenly her interest in you is an 8 or 9. It's all about managing those emotional shifts. In fact, Mark Twain once said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." This holds true here. The key to successful push-pull is starting the emotional dance, but always with respect and care. The unpredictability creates intrigue, and as we know, curiosity is a powerful attraction. After all, women enjoy the excitement of a roller coaster, and emotional ups and downs are no different. So how do you balance this without crossing any lines? Keep it light, fun, and positive. Don't overdo the push part, or you risk coming off as disinterested. Remember, it's a delicate balance. Ask yourself, how can I make this more fun? The power of push-pull lies in the emotions it generates. It's not about elation, but rather about creating a dynamic that keeps things interesting. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, think about how you can add a bit of push-pull. Playfully push, then pull her back in with warmth. Number six, create a stir and then disappear. Create a stir and then disappear. Have you ever noticed how the most captivating shows always end an episode right at the most suspenseful moment? The main character is left hanging and you're completely hooked, eager to know what happens next. Now imagine using that same technique in your conversations with women when things are going well. She's laughing at your jokes and you built a solid connection. That's your cue to stop. Don't it for the conversation to slow down or get awkward. Instead, take charge and end it, but do so in a way that leaves her wanting more. You could say something like, "I hate to cut this short, but I've got something I need to take care of. Let's pick this up soon." What you're doing here isn't closing the interaction. You're leaving the door wide open for more. You've sparked her curiosity, making her wonder what might come next. This technique works wonders because, as psychology tells us, people are drawn to what they can't fully have right away. Anticipation is a powerful motivator. It triggers the brain's dopamine system, making her eager for the next interaction. Simple. You're creating mystery, and mystery is magnetic. Here you're controlling the narrative, leaving her intrigued without revealing everything. You're leaving her on a high note with thoughts of you lingering long after the conversation has ended. Now, imagine how much more compelling it becomes when she can't predict your every move. Ever thought about how curiosity can emotionally draw someone in? As the saying goes, always leave them wanting more. And here is your success. Number 7, exquisite beauty. Number 7, exquisite beauty touches. 3H, touches. 3H, have you ever thought about how powerful a simple touch can be? It's almost as if we're hardwired to decode the message behind every touch, whether it's anger, fear, love, or empathy. In fact, studies reveal we interpret touch with up to 83% accuracy. Think about it. What kind of energy are you sending when you touch someone? Is it a light brush, a firm grip, or a gentle pat? Now, when it comes to flirting, there's something called the 5 and 15 rule. It's so simple yet genius. Aim to touch the other person 5 times during a 15-minute conversation. It could be as natural as a playful nudge or a brief touch during a handshake when, timed right, even the lightest ouch can add layers to your words and deepen the connection. But here's where it gets really interesting. The 3 H's of intimacy: hands, hips and head. Just imagine during a conversation you gently graze someone's hand while laughing at something they said. It's subtle, but it sparks warmth and connection instantly. Or picture guiding someone through a crowded room with a gentle touch on their lower back or hip, silently communicating care and attention. And the head, it's the ultimate territory of closeness. Whether it's a friendly tap on the shoulder or a playful brush of hair, touching someone's head creates an unmistakable sense of intimacy without overwhelming the moment. So the next time you're engaging with someone, ask yourself, what message am I sending with my touch? Could a small, thoughtful gesture shift the entire energy of this connection? It's all about mastering the art of touch, because sometimes it's the smallest touch that leaves the biggest impact. How do you think these strategies could transform the way you build connections, Will? As adding these subtle touches reshape the dynamics in your relationships. To wrap it all up, conclusion: mastering these flirting tactics that drive women wild isn't about playing games or using manipulative tricks. It's about genuine connection, confidence, and understanding. What makes someone feel valued when men learn to apply these flirting tactics, women truly appreciate. They not only create attraction, but also foster meaningful relationships. Remember, the most powerful tool you have is authenticity, and that's what will ultimately make you stand out. If you found these tips helpful, support by liking the video, subscribing to the Grandma's Wise Vibes channel, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and hitting the notification bell to see more amazing videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.